Welcome to the Love, Law, and Life Makeover Podcast, a go-to for hope, faith, and joy in changing your life. I'm Neil Presley Cox, lawyer, speaker, and author of Hope Lines. I have an easy-to-find website, neilpresleycox.com. You can't miss it. And a nice welcome for my presenter and co-host, Kelsy Gibbs.
All right, welcome back to Love, Law, and Life Makeovers. I'm here with Neil Presley Cox, and attorney at law, husband, father, author, speaker, podcast host, all the things. We're going through the series of Hope Lines, chapter by chapter. There are 18 stories. And right now we're going to start on blended families. So Neil, did you want to just give us like a quick recap of the chapter?
This is about a very common thing these days, step parents and putting kids together that aren't biologically linked to the same parents. You know, you break up or you divorce and you get in a new relationship, and that other person has children too. So you throw all these people into a mix, and when you get into the new relationship, you're excited and happy, and you're in the romance, honeymoon, Disneyland phase, and your expectations are through the roof, and you think, well, I'm so happy, and I'm going to do so good with this amazing new person that my kid's going to fit right into this thing. And doggone it if it doesn't quite work out that way, because the kids have feelings of their own and resentments that they bring into a past breakup, and maybe another parent that they're seeing, and they don't want to show too much affection for the new group. And so all kinds of stuff are thrown together in the mix. And so that's why the blender scenario comes into play, which is a real unfortunate analogy because blenders break things up. But the fact of the matter is when you put people together, some of our identities do get submerged and broken down, and something new has to come out of it. And so the expectations in that situation lead to resentments and fundamental disappointment. And some of those feelings that become negative over time as the children don't quite fit in the way you'd hoped start creating additional problems and slow down the process of integration. So the story is meant to tamper down those expectations and give people some suggestions for how to make a blended family work.
Yeah, and with the one that you had, this particular story that you did, it sounded like it was kind of just sprung on the kids, like, hey, we fell in love, we love each other, we're gonna start, seeing each other more, we're gonna start like, we're renting a house, the two girls have to share a bedroom, they don't even know each other, and sounds like they don't even really care for each other right off the bat anyways. And so like they're kind of thrown into it. It's almost like you had said in the beginning, like, oh, we get together, we are together so well, like our kids will of course hit it off, versus
yes,
just kind of letting that build up. Is that something that's like extremely common in what you see in blended family cases?
Extremely common. I just think that everybody gives lip service to the idea of, well, let's take it slow in relationships and let's take it slow in introducing new people. We all give lip service to those ideas, but in practice, it's very difficult to carry that out and take it slow. If you've been in a relationship and you're really unhappy, and then you end that one, and you meet somebody new and you're just hitting it off so intently, then that chemistry, that energy, that excitement just sweeps you along. And who, when they're caught up in that adrenaline and excitement of a new relationship, is even able emotionally to take it slow? I know I wasn't. When I fell madly in love with my wife, I wasn't able to put the brakes on and take it slow. Things just took on a life of their own. So it's very common.
What are there any practical things that you think that people could do, especially after like, what, falling madly in love, those emotions, those hormones are all going crazy. Like, what if you had to do it over, would you do anything else or anything specifically to help like slow things down in that regard?
I don't believe I could have. I just don't believe that it's like being on a giant wave and it's going to crash when you're in a new relationship. It's just, it's amore. You can't do anything about it. So I don't have any answer to that. But what I do think that one of the big focuses of this story is to just take your expectations down and be forewarned that your kids are going to have some rebellion to this, and they may mildly like their new friend, their new step brother, stepsister, whatever you want to call this person. They may mildly like that person, they may mildly dislike the person, or they may hate each other intently. But you're kidding yourself if you think that they're going to immediately embrace each other. It's very rare. Sometimes it happens, and I think that's just a gift that you can't really control. But take your expectations down and give the kids room to have their feelings, and make sure you're giving them a lot of one-on-one time with you, because you're just adding fuel to a raging wildfire of resentment if you don't give them time where it's just you two and they don't feel that sense of they're not losing their connection to you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like they have that safety, that stability within you. And even though it might feel a little chaotic and you're not really sure how to navigate the new relationships, at least that one aspect is stable.
Right. That's difficult, but we're all busy. And so one of the things that I did in this situation, I think many people do, is they're giving their child time and they're doing fun things, but they're always bringing the new people in, and they're not making it a point to have time just with their own child. And as hard as it is, I can't emphasize that enough. Keep spending time alone with your child.
I like that. And I loved what you had said about let go of expectations for the perfect family. Like, I think that just really, like, if you're gonna, like you said, a new relationship, you're just kind of like, I gotta go. You're doing the whole thing. But if you can at least like let go of the expectations of a perfect family, understand that, there's other dynamics that are going to be happening within it, that might help smooth the ride a little bit for those around you, at least.
Yeah, a dose of realism thrown on top of all that excitement and honeymoon stuff.
I love it. A dose of realism. Yes, exactly. Another thing that I really liked in here was, communicating with the other parent. And it says here, if the other parent is still in the picture, communicate. They can help lower the conflict and provide you with information. So just going back to not just having a healthy relationship with your child or with a new step parent and their kid, but like continuing having healthy relationships in all of your, it sounds like that's what it is, like, creating a world of healthy relationships is what it really feels like your book is about. Now that I think about it, like, this is how to have a healthy relationship and all, with the people in your life.
Yes, to attempt to do that, to attempt to have healthy relationships, even with people whom you dislike, if you have to have them in your life, have a healthy relationship with them. Don't view them as an enemy, because all you're going to do is just make things more inflamed. Whereas even if you dislike the person, even intensely, if they're the mother or father of your child, they are going to be very important over the coming years in your life, your child's life. And what you do is going to either harm your child or keep your child neutral or help your child. And we all want to help our children. And so that means that we have to swallow our own feelings about our ex oftentimes and learn from that person about what's happening to the child and what might be done to make things better for everyone. Very difficult.
Yeah, and you even talk about disciplining as well. I think towards the end of it, you speak about, the importance of the step parent not disciplining or setting clear boundaries of what their role is and how they go about setting boundaries and disciplining.
And no corporal punishment.
Mm-hmm.
That's a recipe for huge problems with your ex, and it's a recipe for problems with the court system. So it's just a much needed safety valve to have your step parents not do corporal punishment.
Really good. There's your free legal advice for the day, y'all.
Something else about this story, and that is that we can't control other people, even our own children, and we certainly can't control our ex. We're only responsible for our own behavior. So when you go to bed at night, if you were kind to your ex and did the best you could to make peace and put your child first, and your ex still did something mean and didn't reciprocate kindly to your good behavior, in one sense, it doesn't even matter. You go to sleep that night knowing that on your end, you kept the slate clean.
Yes. Well, unless you have anything else to add, I feel like that was like the perfect ending to this episode.
Well, thanks. It's a good story, and there's hope in it with good actions and a little bit of spirituality in the mix too.
Definitely. I love it. I love it. Well, next week we're gonna be hitting on Jailhouse Dad, 7 kids with 7 women. This is gonna be a doozy, you guys.
My favorite story in the book.
Oh. All right. Well, if you haven't gotten a chance to purchase this, it is available on Amazon. You can also go to Neil's website. We're putting a little button in there so you can just buy it off the website as well. Whatever way works for you. You can get hard copies, you can get Kindle, the digital version, you can get softbound or hardback.
Book. A lot of help for people.
And then we're actually going to have a section on there soon, so check it out, where Neil will he can personally sign it as well. So if you want one of those, send us a message. We can definitely hook you up with a signed copy. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week.
Blessings, everyone.